Hey everybody, welcome in. Vertebreaker is amazing. If you can help out Vertebreaker, do it. Do it. Do it now. Today, we're going to be talking about storyboarding. Does everybody know what storyboarding is? Anybody know what storyboarding is in the chat there? Because we're going to be talking about that. Basically, it's how movies get done. It's how videos get done. It's how ideas come to fruition. Because you are pretty much putting all of your ideas in order so that the chaos is kind of wrangled for your idea, especially if you're doing like a video, like even a small TikTok video. If you're doing one of those, you kind of want to follow an order so that it gets done correctly. And that's all a storyboard template is. And I just happened to just kind of find one online. Just photographed it. I stole it. But basically, you can go there and you can get one of these templates, or you could just make your own. And I'll flip you guys over so you can see what I'm doing. If you don't mind being flipped over here. Hold on. Do. Huh. Well, there we go. Old man with buttons. Sorry about that, guys. So basically, this is your storyboard. And say I want to get an idea across of what's going on. So in the first one, I will put scene 1, shot 1. And we'll just say title, right? And then you could do little arrows to show that it's receding into the background. And then you could put in the notes that that's what's happening, that the title's moving from the front to the back. And then you'll have scene 2, title fades, and then title fades. And then we have a shot of an eye, okay? We have one eye staring at us. And then you could put the description of what the eye is. You know, is it tense? Is it happy? Is it whatever it is in these notes? And then say what the camera does. The camera pulls back. And most of these things you think of as movies, right? And you think they're these high art kind of finished drawings. They're not. They're stick figures, they're arrows, and there's exclamation marks. That's basically what it is. So we pull back, and the camera reveals some random dude with a goatee and a hat. Maybe some glasses. And that's his eye. Looking around. I don't know. He looks kind of like a everyday Joe. Maybe he does woodworking or something. And then you get further back. Like I said, it's just an idea of what he's doing. And then you write down his emotions, whatever you want in these, whatever you want in the background. Is it an outside scene? And then in the last one, I'm going to draw a tree, log. And then from out of shot, you hear, never mind the log. End scene. So basically, you have the beginning to the end. Now you have all these shots lined up that you can do. You understand the order which they're going to go in, and that's all you need. What we call these are keyframes. Like when you have frame A, and then the middle is B, and the last one is C. So basically what you do, it's kind of like animation. You fill in between what happens because you want it to start with A. It has to start here. Every story has a beginning. Every story has a middle, and every story has an end. And then you fill in between with all the shots you want. That's basically what a storyboard is. It gives the emotion, it gives the setting, it gives the idea of what's going on in the film. And you could use this to do anything, like a TikTok video. You think you don't need to, but if you don't have a brain where you can just figure it out in your head, I can kind of do that. But sometimes a good storyboard really helps, and you get a really good idea of what's going on in the story, what's going on, and why that guy said, "Never mind the log." Why is that? All right, that's it for Ashman's Basics.
Man, I love it. Never mind the log. So, it occurred to me as I'm listening to you that it is a great placeholder in my brain. That's what I was thinking about it. Like the shot Kira was talking about, with the shop opening up and all of that kind of thing,
Yeah,
right?
tracking.
The problem that I'm having is like, what placeholders are there in that journey? Because the selections are infinite, right?
Yes,
It's like it's
can be,
infinite,
yeah.
and it's like So something like a storyboard, it almost also for somebody with my mental inability would like act as a placeholder. Yeah, visual outline.
That's basically what it is.
100%. Yeah, man, I love it. That's really cool. Um, uh, and especially in the social media realm where you got to make content, right? It's a great way to. That's where I get frozen a lot trying to make content. Is I'm not creative in the same way that you are, for example, right? In some areas. And for me, trying to think through stuff like that is I don't know why it's so difficult. Probably for the same reason that I go to my wife and say, "Hey, do these match?" It's hard for me to tell.
It's nice because when you do something like that, you go, okay, what's your main idea? What's your main focus? And you create a chronological order of what you want, and then you lay it out and see if it makes sense visually, because the visual is the whole thing for this media. So you might have something in your head that sounds like it makes a lot of sense, and then you see it right in front of you, and it doesn't make as much sense. So you'll have to play with the different scenes. And what a lot of people will do is they'll cut these out individually and just mash them like a puzzle. Move them around until it makes sense.
Yeah, man, I got you. And so one of the things that I like about your videos is even if there was no sound, they would tell the story. You have that, whatever that thing is. Like, you can watch one of your videos without any sound, without any subtitles, without any stuff, and probably still know what you're talking about. But I think that's why.
Oh yeah, you
game it out in your brain.
If it makes sense, it's gonna guide the viewer correctly. If you're all over the map and you're not, making sense, it's gonna tell the viewer that too. It's gonna be this like, oh, I don't know what I just watched, and having it in drawing form, even if it's stick figures, figuring out the right order works.